Okay, welcome to the PowerPoint on body image. We'll be looking at why we should care about how we look, or why we do care, how we define body image, some influences, the research findings on attractiveness, the effects of having a negative body image, ethnic differences in body image and sex differences, and then ways to love your body or to help a friend, relative, coworker, etc. with an eating disorder. There is no specific chapter that coincides with this topic, but I think it's important enough to be included, so that's why we're doing it. This comic, I've been using this for years. Most women value being thin more than being successful or well-loved. There is a lot of truth to this, and I'm very unfortunate because they will compromise their health in order to be thin. These two videos, the Nova Dying to be Thin is great. PBS Perfect Illusions had little vignettes you can look at, so little clips. I'll let you guys look at those at your own time. So why do we care about how we look? Because it really does actually matter. Research findings on attractiveness find that attractive children are more popular among their peers. Attractive applicants have a better chance of getting jobs and of getting promoted and receiving higher salaries. In court, attractive people are found guilty less often and receive less severe sentences than those that are rated as not attractive. And our society tends to believe that what is beautiful is good. So it's hard for us to find wrong in people that are beautiful, and we tend to attribute positive, not stereotypes, positive attributes to them. Research findings regarding obesity: overweight employees are more likely to get fired. They're less likely to get raises and promotion. Overweight employers are not protected under law in any state from discrimination. Less attractive individuals are less likely to get hired, promoted, or raises. So, as I stated when we started this particular slide, attractiveness actually does matter in our society. So what is body image? How do you define it? Basically, it is how you perceive your physical body and how you feel others perceive it. So there's two parts to it: how you perceive your own body, and then how you think others perceive it, or how you feel others perceive it. It's psychological in nature. It's not based on truth, but unfortunately, perception is reality, and so what you perceive is your reality, whether it's true or not, which can be confusing when it comes to eating disorders. People don't typically understand that. It does change. It's always changing throughout the day, throughout the years, as we age. Women, when they have children, their body image changes. Lots of reasons, effects that cause body image changes. First of all, there are sex differences. We'll cover those in just a moment. There are age differences. As people get older, they tend to be more accepting of their body. There are ethnic group differences, which we'll also talk about in a moment. Sexual orientation. Gay men are more heightenedly aware of their body image than lesbian women. Mood. So if you're in a good mood, you tend to feel good. Your body image might be more positive that day. Eating disorders. If one does have an eating disorder, they have a distorted body image of themselves. The media and magazines. So the more that you're exposed, research actually shows the more that you look at magazines or fashion magazines, the more likely you're to have a negative body image. What was just eaten? So sometimes you might have a very nutritious meal, lots of fruits and vegetables, rice, some protein. On the other hand, you might have just gone to a buffet. And so research shows that your body image varies according to what you just ate. Whether married or single, married people are more accepting of their body. The kind of childhood experiences that you had, typically with the mother and her own body image. Athletic or not, the people that are athletic are less likely to have a negative body image. Phase of the menstrual cycle for women. So as women are approaching the menstrual cycle, about to start their period, they're more likely to have a negative body image compared to other parts of the phase. Whether pregnant women tend to have a more positive body image compared to whether before they were pregnant, but then towards the end of pregnancy, body image can be distorted. And then after they have a baby, they tend to have a more positive view of their body because they're typically so impressed with what their body just accomplished. And then if when shopping, so if research shows that when women go shopping, there's not so much on men, but women in particular, when they go shopping, they tend to come home with a negative body image, oftentimes because they're trying on clothes in all kinds of different sizes, and maybe they're not in the size they want to be in. So, as I indicated before, body image changes, not only over the years, but even during the day. We've always been concerned with body image, but there's been a change in the degree of concern for three main reasons. The media's extreme, rigid, and uniform standards of beauty. So, quite recently, within the last 20, 30 years, models have become extremely thin, and that's been seen what is perfect and what we aspire to. We're also exposed to beautiful people all the time. Didn't have as much exposure before the internet, but now we do. And these standards of beauty that we see are much more difficult to attain. So there's only like 0.02% of women that are born with a very thin model body type, yet that's held to be the standard, which is nearly impossible to achieve. We do have to care, though, about body image. It is an important topic. One of the reasons I decided to discuss it in this class. A negative body image is associated with excessive dieting, eating disorders, including anorexia, bulimia, binge eating or compulsive overeating, low self-esteem, addiction to exercise, addiction to plastic surgery, muscle dysmorphia, body dysmorphic disorder, and depression. And so it matters. A negative body image has negative effects and needs to be handled. As far as sex differences in body image, for females, the main focus tends to be on hips, stomach, and thighs. For males, the main cause of concern is height, stomach and chest size, and even hair loss. So there is sex differences in what men and women are concerned about with their bodies, but both are likely, or just as likely, to have a negative body image. It's just we hear about females more often than males. Okay, so right here, the body rating scale. If you click on that, it's going to take you to a scale. There are two parts to it, where on one side, on the left side, you rank, or you control the, what is it called? I don't know, controller, the slider, to make the body what you see as ideal. And then on the right is how you see your own body. And then you go to the next page and do the same thing. And it gives you the discrepancy between your current body image and your ideal body image. So what do you do? Well, the National Eating Disorders Association has published ways to love your body. They say find an exercise that you like and do it. Exercise for fun, fitness, and friendship. Create a list of positive things about yourself without mentioning appearance. And not only create that, but keep it close by so you can pull it out when you're feeling vulnerable. Choose to find the beauty in the world and yourself. Eat when you're hungry, rest when you're tired. Surround yourself with others that remind you of your inner strength and beauty. Start saying to yourself, life is too short to waste my time hating my body this way. Wear clothes that are comfortable and that make you feel good about your body. Do something nice for yourself every single day. Use the time and energy that you might have spent worrying about food, calories, and your weight to do something to help others. So these are just some suggestions. If you happen to know somebody that has an eating disorder, or you suspect they have an eating disorder, there are some recommendations regarding how to deal with this. The best thing to do is to find out the resources in your area and make a referral to them, or even to a website. So we were just on National Eating Disorders Association website. You could refer somebody to there. You can say things, and educate yourself, learning about eating disorders, the negative effects, how to recognize signs, etc. Know the difference between facts and myths. Talk openly and honestly about your concerns. Be caring, but be firm. Tell someone else, particularly if you are an adolescent or younger, or you don't know what to do. When you're talking to your friend, relative, whatever, you want to use I statements. So you want to say things like, I'm afraid when I hear you vomiting, or I'm worried about you because you rarely eat. I'm concerned about your health. And so you're saying I, you're making the other person feel less defensive when you use I statements. Avoid giving simple solutions like, you just need a good hamburger. It's kind of a running joke, but it's actually not funny, and it's very ineffective at helping someone. Ultimately, though, you have to remember you can't force someone to get help. And if they're not buying into the treatment, which you'll notice from those little video clips I directed you to earlier, if they don't have buy-in for the treatment, it's not going to work. They have to want to change, which I know can be incredibly frustrating, but that is unfortunately the nature of the beast. And so letting somebody know about your concern, letting them know about resources, continue to tell them over time that you're worried, because there are very negative effects from eating disorders. Organs can shut down, and people can actually die from this. So it is a very serious issue.